Rhode Island's pharmaceutical giant CVS has just been hit with a lawsuit by the Department of Justice.
DOJ accusing the company of illegally filling opioid prescriptions. Erica Ritchie live right now in East Providence, and they say this has been going on for a while.
Yeah, that's right, Pat. For more than a decade, since 2013, the Department of Justice alleging that the company filled large quantities. They didn't say exactly how many, but large quantities of illegitimate opioid prescriptions in that amount of time over that period of decade, despite glaring warnings.
I don't think it could be more clear that a pharmacy has an obligation under the Controlled Substances Act that the prescriptions that it lets go out the door are legitimate, particularly when there are repeated red flags that we allege. These are not subtle red flags. They are overt, they are repeated, and they were repeatedly raised by CVS's own expert pharmacy staff.
That's all detailed in the civil complaint filed Friday in federal court, unsealed yesterday. According to that filing, prosecutors allege CVS filled excessive amounts of opioids, filled them earlier than prescribed, and filled what's known as a Trinity prescription, where a dangerous combination of drugs are dispensed. It also alleges the company violated the False Claims Act by seeking reimbursement from federal health care programs for those unlawful prescriptions. They say it began in October of 2013 and continues to this present day. CVS, though, pushing back on the claim and the timeline, calling it a false narrative in a statement to 12 News, saying all prescriptions filled were written by licensed providers for FDA-approved drugs. But the U.S. attorney believes there's enough evidence to take the nation's largest pharmacy chain and Rhode Island's largest employer to court, and that's what they intend to do. Federal prosecutors say there are 10,000 claims in the lawsuit, but they say that's just a sample size, and they expect that number to grow. Now, coming up next half hour, we're going to take a look at what this lawsuit could mean for Helena Folks and her potential next bid for governor of the state of Rhode Island. She held one of the top seats in the company at the time these allegations were made. We'll have that part of the story when I see you right back here next half hour at 7:30. For now, live in East Providence, Erica Ritchie, 12 News.
Rhode Island's biggest company being sued by the feds for its alleged role in fueling the opioid crisis.
So news of the lawsuit came down yesterday afternoon, and at a news conference with the U.S. attorney, the question was raised about Helena Folks and what role she might have played. She ran for governor in Rhode Island in 2022 and was president of CVS's retail division at the time of these allegations. Erica Ritchie is live in East Providence this morning. How far up the corporate chain this got? Erica.
Yeah, so, Kate, the U.S. attorney declined to say that. He said it's not for them to say right now, but that would be determined in court. And yes, the feds do intend to take CVS to court. The Department of Justice says that CVS ignored warnings from their own pharmacists who flagged suspicious doctors and medical practices for writing illegitimate opioid prescriptions. The DOJ stopping short of saying just how far up the corporate chain this alleged knowledge of filling phony prescriptions went. The U.S. attorney saying yesterday a trial will determine that. According to the filing, this practice began in October of 2013. That's the same year Helena Folks took one of the company's top jobs. She left the company in 2018, and in 2022, she narrowly missed the Democratic nomination for governor of Rhode Island, and all indications are that she's gearing up for a 2026 run. Federal prosecutors holding back yesterday from implicating her at this time.
Number of individuals at the sufficient level of accountability within the corporation were aware such that we allege the corporation is liable. We're not making specific allegations as to any individuals at this time.
In a statement to 12 News, Folks suggest that the feds are mischaracterizing what occurred during her tenure, saying, quote, "We confronted this crisis head on, implementing controls that cut opioid prescriptions by 45%. I led a team," she says, "which did this by leveraging technology to identify doctors who were abusing the system and enacting procedures to prevent overprescribing prescriptions." Now, CVS issued a statement of their own yesterday to 12 News saying that every script that was filled was an FDA-approved medication and was written by a licensed provider. We'll have more on this top of the hour. For now, live in East Providence, Erica Ritchie, 12 News.